Hi, this is Jeff Masters, and I hope you're enjoying watching the Frew Park YouTube channel.
Hello, I'm Hugh Lunn, and today we have a very interesting person in tennis, in the world of tennis, to interview. We have Ashley Cooper. Now, this man won Wimbledon age 21. He won 2 Davis Cups in 56, 57, I think.
56, 58.
56, 57, yeah,
right.
and lost in 58.
Correct.
I wasn't going to mention that. And the interesting thing about Ashley was that he was one of the great players in the world. He was the top amateur, and then he went pro, but he won, winning Wimbledon at 21. Within 5 years, he never played again. And why was that, Ashley?
I had quite a severe elbow problem with the ulnar nerve, and my arm was actually frozen in the locked position for about 6 months.
Like that?
Yeah. And eventually I had the ulnar nerve transferred around out of its canal to a new canal.
Yeah.
And so by the time all that happened and I got my arm regathered strength, I'd been out almost a year, and we had a couple of kids, and I thought it might be time to try something different.
Yeah. Well, you married Miss Australia, of course, Helen Wood.
Yeah.
I can remember her walking around at Milton in 1958 in a pair of yellow shorts, and everyone had come out to watch you blokes practice, because in those days thousands of people came to watch them practice, and all the blokes noticed Helen Wood.
Yeah, so she was attracting more attention
than you were. And unfortunately we lost that year at Milton. And what do you put that down to, Ashley? Because you were favourites, you and Mel.
We were favourites. You know, in those things there's always, I think, a number of factors.
Yeah.
I think number one, Alex Olmedo, Peruvian, who the Americans had co-opted.
Yes, to their team.
Was a serve volleyer, very agile, and we played on a wet court in spikes. And so it suited him. Suited him. But also, both Mel and I were turning pro immediately after the Davis Cup. I was also getting married immediately after the Davis Cup, and I think it was just
you had a lot of things
a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah, and at that stage you were I think in 58 you won Wimbledon, the Australian and the US.
Yes. Yeah.
And you were just beaten in the French. You led 2 sets to love.
Yeah, against Louis Ayala.
Yeah.
So he was a clay courter from South America.
Yeah, it was hard to beat those clay quarters if you weren't used to it, wasn't it?
No, it took a while to learn to play on clay. It was a different game.
Yeah. So you're one of 11 people who won 3 of the 4 Grand Slams in 1 year.
Yeah.
And so when you turned pro, you told me many years ago that you had to get better or get out or something. Was that?
That's correct. Yeah, it's a real wake-up call because you're playing virtually a final every day.
Right.
Of course. You're playing a lot of tennis, and you're playing Gonzalez, Hode, Rosewall, Travis, Segura.
One after the other. I never thought of that. Yeah. Whereas in amateur days, you play a hopeless player and another reasonable player, and you build up to the big play. And so you played all these people. Now, there's a lot of argument, a lot of talk, and no one is the best player. But how do you rate them, having played them all? I got the impression from Mal Anderson, who beat you in the US Open 1 year.
57.
Yeah. Which is a surprise. He wasn't even seeded.
Yeah.
You must have got a surprise.
I got beaten by Hode pretty badly in Wimbledon, and I was looking forward to hopefully winning the US, and Mel beat me in the US, unseeded.
Well, it was just with tennis. The thing is, people don't realise that on the day, almost anything can happen.
Yeah.
So how do you rate all those players you played against? Hode, Rosewall, Anderson sort of seemed to think Rosewall was the hardest one for me.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. I had more trouble with Hode and Gonzalez.
Yeah, just the way they